Going live.
We're live.
We're live all up in your ass.
Can you say that?
Say whatever I want.
Team got cancelled. Well done, Tera. Sheesh. Literally the first 2 seconds of our extravaganza Euro Super 6 special. And you guys cancelled.
And we is cancelled. We're live and we're gone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. It's been wonderful.
We're going to share this to motherfuckers. Then.
Yeah. So, how's life anyway, Red?
Same shit, different toilet.
It's
as they say.
Can you even say it's kind of normalizing again?
What, the weather?
Yeah. It's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. Nah, look, it's not going to end anytime soon.
No, I can imagine. Though I was in a hotel last weekend, you wouldn't fucking know there was anything going on now, to be honest.
Really?
Other than fucking people wearing a mask or whatever walking around. Some people wear, some people weren't. But yeah, well, in saying that, yeah, it was a bit mad. Like, you're going in for dinner and they're doing like these sort of combined platters. So you don't have to go anywhere. And then they kind of done a half buffet that you had to go up then, but someone came along to bring you up to get the food.
Did they stand over your shoulder while you sit there and ransack the place?
But it was in a hotel that they do kind of a buffet in that restaurant, and that was part of the package that I bought. Like, but the same thing again for breakfast. Normally, you know yourself, staying in hotels, walking or whatever. You just walk up and you pick whatever you want, you know. But this was like, no, you had to ask them and they'd go and get it. And this, like, we got cornflakes or something. Because you know the way you normally go up and they'd have like Weetabix, cornflakes, porridge, fucking croissants, yogurt, fruit, whatever, you know what I mean? It was like a little menu of fuck all on it, really. So it was like right cornflakes then, you know what I mean? And they came back with like a little plastic tub of cornflakes, like, and like poured it into a bowl, and it was like, all right, like, I know I'm a bit of a fat bastard, but like that's like not even a child serving. Like, there's
we're using one of those little milks you get for your tea in the room. Use one
you know what I mean? In fucking cereal, yeah, literally pour the cereal into little UHT milks.
Yeah, no, I hate all that sort of shit. Because like I said, we went over to up to Belfast on a staycation, and we stayed in a hotel. I'm not going to say what the name of it is, mostly because I don't remember.
Not for name and shame.
Yeah. If I could remember, I probably would air the masses out. But we had the bed and breakfast booked anyway. It's a hotel, not a bed and breakfast, like an actual hotel. So we booked the breakfast. And then we kind of went down and he sent us back up to the room with like a list. Oh, no, sorry.
When was this, by the way?
Oh, this is the middle of summer, like, so.
Oh, it was last year.
Last year, yeah. So in around the June-ish time-ish. July-ish. Storybush. Yeah, so they gave you a thing to fill out, like what you want. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like, do you want the fry option or like, so the fruit I asked for fruit. I got a banana. And for the breakfast, I kind of ticked everything. And what I got was a dry bap with a sausage. So bread, sausage, bread, a rasher, and then top bun. A sachet of red sauce, and I was like, "You charged about 30 quid extra for the bed and breakfast option." Yeah. Like, this is shocking.
This is what I'm saying. I can't see it going well because, like, people are kind of desperate for a little bit of normality and all that back, but not for the complete detriment of like customer service and fucking being looked after and being treated in these hotels. Like, you know yourself, we've worked in lots of hotels where you'd stay or whatever, and like you go up and it's a full spread buffet. Like, it's stupid the amount of food that's put out before you, and now it's like plastic wrap food, you know what I mean? And like you feel
it's like controlled, like you walk in.
I was literally looking at that much cornflakes and I was kind of afraid to ask for more in case.
I just says to him, man, you take that
just
back,
like,
pal. If it's going to break your heart to feed me, don't.
and here,
I'll go to the shop.
I actually tell you the worst part of it was, right, we booked the hotel, obviously, for the young one. Swim pool in it. So I was like, right, you can bring out the swim pool. Get into the swim pool, right? And it's a little like 20-meter pool or maybe 25-meter pool. No, it's a bit smaller, probably 20-meter. And they have like, in the length, they have 2 ropes. So breaking it into 3. And then they've about 5 ropes going across. And you get into your little like section. So everyone's like away from each other. I'm looking at the guy like, I want to go for a swim. Like, do we swim in a little 8x10 fucking square? Like, what's the crack here? Or everyone has to go into keep away from each other. All right, cool. State of that. Into the kids' pool, it was a fucking free for all. It was like WrestleMania. It was kids everywhere. Everyone's all jumping on each other and all. You know what I mean? And then in the pool beside it, hardly anyone in it, all boxed off sectioned, like, and people like going for a little swim in their little square.
yeah.
I was like, right.
Turn around.
Well documented what my opinion is on everything, but like, if this is the normal years are going back to, keep it. If that, like, if somebody rationally thought like, oh, this is a great idea, this is how we can open up the pools. Pools are open. You don't need to do all that. Like, I went in the gym today. I won't mention names, right? But gym today, it's brand new. Just walk in. If someone wants to wear a mask, they wear a mask. No one was really wearing masks. And it was just in you go and walk away. There's no sectioning off areas now. Like, just have at it. You know, fucking social distance if you can, whatever. There's the fucking regulations. Do you know what I mean? And it was, you go into this swim pool in a hotel and they have like a little 10b6 you can jump into, like, and float there for 10 minutes. Like, I wanted to jump in and have a little swim, like, fucking float for a few seconds, jumping off ropes. More chance of fucking strangling yourself on a rope, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
I was just stupid. But then, like, the bar was open and all, you were able to go in and just fucking have a few drinks, like, so. It was a mixed bag. The one thing I will say, it was like, it opened Wednesday and we went on Friday. So maybe in a week or two, all that nonsense will ease off or whatever. Like, because what I find odd with all these places, like, whether you follow the regulations or not is kind of irrelevant. They'll shut you down or let you open on a whim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, right, fine, they shut your business, cool. When they open up, do you for as long as you can until they shut you down again. Like, but don't do weird simulated odd reality. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, even the stuff like getting your food in plastic and like, they couldn't handle the thing walking it over. Like, you know, then I opened it up and like, I'd have been better off just going over and digging a spoon in and scooping out my own. Like, it's as safe. It just makes no sense. Like,
it's all bonkers. But again, they're all lost at this stage anyway.
I know.
It's not going to get any better now.
And you see it in people. Like, people are like surreal looking around. Like, people having a drink and having a sing song and all, and like panicking.
Yeah, and they're angry because they're anxious. Like, the anxiety has gone through the roof.
Well, the one thing I will say in the hotel now, I was up half the night. There was cunts running around singing songs, banging on doors opening and shutting and all. You know what I mean? I'll probably pick the bad weekend to go because obviously it was just away with them, like, and we were just chilling out and enjoying it or whatever. But there was cunts obviously up drinking all night and drinking in the rooms and like going full bananas. You know what I mean? It was like 3, 4 in the morning, doors slamming, banging on doors, music playing all, but. Like, I kind of let it slide on the fact that, like, of course, cunts are going to do this. Like, the bar's open. The only place a bar's open for you to go and have a drink is in a fucking hotel. The only way you can go and get food indoors is in a hotel. I don't know why that's any safer than fucking a restaurant across the road or a bar across the road. But somebody
trust the science, Tera. Trust the science.
Scientifically, like, it's safer in a hotel if you're staying in the place for the night. Like, it's safer for you to dine out and drink in.
COVID knows the difference. You know? COVID knows. You don't need to know, Tera. COVID knows.
Man, I don't question it anymore. I'm just a willing participant in all this.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like, it's just like, you're just not, like, no matter what happens, people are not, and I kind of feel a little bit, I do feel a little bit bad for them because it's their anxiety is through the roof. Like the amount of people that I know that very sociable and now are like, not only do they not want to go out, they don't want other people to go out.
Yeah, it's like
I need to be say,
I want you wallowing in my misery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what like, even if you, because I've been saying to a lot of people, they say, look, if you don't want to go, if you still feel a bit fine, stay in, look after yourself, but don't begrudge people that are no longer afraid, that are kind of going, okay, because they're following, like all along the way, it was follow the guidelines, follow the guidelines, follow the guidelines. The guidelines now say that you have an outdoor summer. This is all the guidelines. So we didn't like, listen, we didn't like the guidelines, right? And when we tried to stand up against them or whatever, or talk about them, we were told to shut up and follow the guidelines.
Yeah,
and now it's like, okay, well, the guidelines saying this, and now these people who don't like it, and we have to say to them, oh no, shut up and follow the guidelines now, because the guidelines are saying that you can't have an outdoor summer, you can't go out and drink with your friends now, you can't fucking hug your ma, you can do all this now. Oh God, I don't want to, because you've been so scared by the whole lot that even good news is now bad news to you. Like you want to stay in lockdown.
It's always predicated with bad news, you know what I mean? Good news, but there's a new variant or something, you know what I mean? So
no, but even without all that, I just see it in a lot of people. I do see it in a lot of people. They just not ever going to be the same. They used to love it all, and now they're all just.
You'd be surprised though, once things kind of when people just get on with things, and they're the ones left out. They'll just get on with it, you know what I mean? But
no, but you get
a lot of germaphobes and shit like that now. Would be fucking.
No, but it will go that far that some people are just going to become reclusive, like, because of it. Because like the fear is
weird though, you know what I mean? Like you forget, a lot of people never really went out.
Look, it suits me perfectly. I've been against it the whole time, and it actually suits my lifestyle perfectly. It didn't affect me.
Yeah, you don't want everybody else living like Reds, you know what I mean?
Like I was still working every day. I just go home and just sit in the gaff. I tend to do that anyway. But I just don't begrudge other people. Like if you want to go, because I did it back in the 20s and shit like that, and I was out all the time. I had me fun. I'm a bleeding dad now. Like I sit in and watch fucking The Chase and. You know what I mean?
You watched The Chase since its inception. Like you've been number one, T-shirt, everything. Come here. Do you know what I found the funniest, right? Do you know what all the shit going on in town and all now?
Yeah.
Right. So for anyone who's unaware of the madness that's going on.
Okay, I'll just interject and say this is a Super Six. We'll get to it.
We're just having the chats before we get in here. So with all the madness going on in town, people going into town drinking, socializing. That's been happening since pretty much the May Bank holiday weekend. But anyway, you have these geniuses coming out now and saying, we really need to curb all this socializing in town. Maybe if we had designated zones for drinking, that would help solve the problem. And I'm literally reading it going, yeah, we have them. They're called pubs, you moron.
Yeah,
like literally legislated for
so funny.
For you to go and drink in, you fucking donut, you know what I mean? Like
they don't understand. They don't understand how stupid they are.
Like you're literally going, who fuck it? And like the article insinuates that this is a genius idea. We'll curb the antisocial behavior in town by having designated zones for drinking that we can monitor. And it's like, you fucking morons. They've hundreds of them all around town. It's called fucking pubs, you fucking. Anyway,
it's morons. Well, let's get stuck into
football, because we'd be there all day. We'd be there all day, and people don't really need to be hearing that. It's all good. Get back to your fucking life.
It's all about the football.
Now, footy. I'd be the first one to go on record stating that there's two things about this that I need to clarify from the get-go, right? One is because Ireland are shy, I'm not really invested in international football in any form or fashion, and I've no idea of who's where and who's playing who, and just to get that out front. And the second thing,
all freestyle.
The second thing that's fucking pissing me off about the whole thing is that it's called Euro 2020. It's like, yeah, but it didn't happen in 2020, so just call it Euro 2020.
They had already paid for the flyers. That's all there is.
Like, just throw one in there, you know what I mean?
No, you can't. It was already paid for. The flyers were sent. Everything was done. The badges were made. The jerseys were printed, stitched. They were stitched, Tera. They were stitched in.
Stitched.
Yeah, no, in the same.
Cancelled, didn't
Before we start, actually, are you going to give a prediction for an overall winner?
I'll give you my dark horse, and then who I think is going to win, and then my dark horse, right?
Right.
I think France are going to win it because from having watched any of the international weeks or anything like that, France are just steamrolling teams. The players that they have, the caliber of player is just above everyone else. I think in terms of players in their prime or in their best form. And I think that a close second would be Portugal. And I think Portugal are my dark horses for like the reigning champs. They have the likes of Fernandes, Jota, Mateo, fucking Ruben Neves, Joe Felix, quality right across the team. Like Bernard Silva and all. And in there again, all hitting their prime, all in good form as well. So they're me two. I think France are going to do it. I think France are just too strong for everyone. But I think they wouldn't be a bad show, Portugal, if they could keep away from France and maybe something happened catastrophic that France got knocked out by someone, and I think Portugal will probably do it then.
I'm going to be controversial.
Hey, if you say England, I'm just going to break me heart laughing.
I'm going for England. I am. I just am. I don't know.
Oh, every time.
No. Look at the last 3 or 4. I was saying what you're about to say now about England. I have been saying for the past 5 tournaments. I don't like England. They do have a good squad.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's the best squad they've probably ever had, I think.
Yeah, we'd agree with that.
And they don't get wrong, France and Portugal, yeah, they're also really good. But the way tournaments go, you never know. The France might end up knocking Portugal out or vice versa. And then on the day,
True.
England might knock them out and then only have fucking Czech Republic or something like that. The ones, the Icelands that kind of squeeze all the way up and get, you know what I mean? The way tournaments go, because I've learned a lot of times that when I've gone with my favourite, because you're going to go with the best team never wins it. The best team never wins the championships.
I think of when Spain won the Euros and then the World Cup, and times when Germany won it recently, that they were by miles the best team. France recently.
France. Like those the teams that won it played the best, but they weren't the favourites at the start.
I think France were the favourites. They already won it in France. They were heavy favourites.
Oh, well, yeah, but they're the home team of France. Look at Tera. I know there's exceptions to the rule.
I know. Right, to jump on your point there, the only reason why, look, I'm not against England. I'm actually probably going to be watching them with great interest because the players they have playing, they're all Premier League players. And
if you get them playing well together,
the only thing from the previous point is saying that France are in a position where all their players are in their prime. And Portugal, the players are hitting the best form in terms of their prime age. I think England, they've all this wealth of talent. I think it's just maybe a little bit young. Like maybe this tournament will come just a little bit too soon for the experience they need when they get into a quarter-final against a tough opposition and it gets to
I don't know. I think with this one, I mean, I understand that generally, like when it was like Micah Richards and stuff like that and all that sort of caliber. But this, like the Phil Fodens and all, it doesn't matter what the occasion is. He's not going to have a bad game.
No, but I
Same
just
with,
think
like, if Jack and if you take him off and put Jack
all well and good.
He's going to play the occasion every single time.
Like being in a team like Man City, and the experience, the wealth, the quality that's around. But like Phil Foden being in that English team where maybe, Sterling's not playing, Harry Kane could be injured or something like that. Who are you looking at as your leaders? You have Maguire won't be playing, Henderson won't be playing, so you're going to have young players, Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Jude Bellingham, 17 years of age.
All probably would have played each other at a certain time.
Say Grealish is the more experienced and the older of like Mount, Foden.
But see, Jack Grealish is a captain of a Premier League caliber side for the past 4 years. Like, so,
I don't think Grealish is going to be the first one they pick, which is going to be mad. I think I've said this already.
I know, Grealish is going to be a sub. Really,
Yeah,
you
which is
play
mad.
games.
He'd
But
play
again,
Sterling and he'd play Rashford or something now. I like Rashford,
yeah,
but
but
his
you
end
can't.
product is horrendous.
They're different positions, really.
Oh yeah,
Grealish is
all right.
more in
So
the
they
hole.
play Foden, they play Mount or whatever, but Jack Grealish, every time he plays for England, is head and shoulders above everyone else. Like,
Oh yeah, like I think
but
what
yeah, yeah,
five
England could
appearances,
do
five
it.
man of the matches,
They
like.
could do it. Absolutely. I'm not writing them off. I just think in terms of the players at the level they're all playing at, they're all really good players. The best squad, the best team England have had in a long time. And I think the next tournament, you could see them being, battering teams. But I think as a team now, I haven't seen them perform anywhere near the levels of what France have done or what Portugal have done.
Yeah, no, but you don't have to all the time. You just
I
need to
know they
get
don't
through.
have to,
Do you
but
know what I mean?
you
Like,
fucking you bring that
tournaments.
form with you. You can't turn it on and turn it off. You won't just turn up at a tournament and start beating teams 10-0 when you've been drawing 1-1 or winning 1-0 and struggling and you know what I mean?
No, I get you. Look, I
Yeah,
get
no,
you.
that's
I get
just
you.
I could be completely wrong. They could go and fucking batter everyone. They could come up against France in a semi-final, beat them 3-0. I just don't
See,
think.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say. I think
Look
it'd
at that
be.
French side, like the young players in that team. Your Mbappe's not is the best player in the world or one of them.
Yeah.
You have Benzema, you have Giroud, you have Dembele, you have fucking
Like no, France,
unreal.
and Portugal as
Kante,
well.
Pogba's playing some of his best football in a couple of years. Like Kante is on another level,
Yeah, Kante
and
is a
Antonio
fucking.
Griezmann. Like I just think the same with Portugal. Ronaldo, right? He's hitting the end. Jota's done well this season. Fernandes has been one of the best players in the Premier League. Bernard Silva has been quality again. They just have players like that are, that's just my view on it anyway. I think England might, if things are going tough in a game, they won't have the leaders to direct them on the pitch and things will fall apart for them. As it normally does with England.
As it tends to do, yeah.
And the press will be fucking on top of them and,
Yeah, no, I just think this with these, as in they're kids, but they're kids with fucking
great
5 and 6 years experience in the Premier League. Like, do you know what I mean? So like, and just being around that sort of thing, I don't think it's going to really phase them. They'll all have their roles. They'll all do their roles well, and that could emulate and end in a 1-0 versus France. You know what I mean? Like, no, I do think defensively they're not. It's probably the worst.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
like even you're worrying about Harry Maguire being in there. Like, oh, they're gonna miss Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's he's not great. Like,
yeah, he's not great. He could actually fucking cost you. You could cost. Did Luke Shaw get in?
Who?
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw's there. Yeah, I think they brought your man Ben White in for Trent Alexander. That's who they brought.
He's a good player, but he won't get in.
Again, very young and no experience.
Yeah, but he won't play.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you're looking at a back line of what? Mings.
Mings is a good player. Mings will do a job. Yeah, he's solid.
Mings, Stones, maybe.
I'd be more worried about Stones than Mings.
Yeah, but like both
from what after watching Mings is
but like still
a good player.
He has experience at that level. You know what I mean? When you're looking at like France have like Varane, Umtiti, like some of the players that didn't make it into the French squad, you're like fucking unreal. Like, you know what I mean? It just I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna be the team I'm watching every game that they play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
but I have a feeling that the press and all that will just start. They'll struggle in a few games, or they're not winning 5-0, so the press isn't happy, and it just starts to build as it always does. Like, you've seen it with the Trent Alexander stuff. The stories coming out that he was being left out of the squad, and Southgate's saying, "What are you talking about? I told him 3 weeks ago he's in the squad. Like, where's these stories coming from?"
Yeah.
And then
look, that's going to happen.
But that's the press.
That's every year. That's one of England's biggest downfalls since fucking they won the Boxing World Cup is the press. It's the pressure and stuff. But again, I don't see that being too much of a problem for this bunch of kids that are experienced professionals. Now, no, Jack Grealish has fucking moments of stupidity to show that he is his age or whatever. But I think when it comes to the field part of it and
he's unreal.
The tournament, I think they're all like, you have
one of the standouts in the tournament, and he may not start every game, which is mad.
Yeah. You might force Southgate's hand.
Like Mount has been in good form, but not like he's
No,
not.
I had said, I'm not being biased. I would have Grealish ahead of Mount. Foden, no, but Mount, because they are very, very similar. Jack Grealish and Mount, but I just think Jack Grealish gets you more. You get more free kicks, so he's stopping them attacking and he's helping you attack. If you're under pressure, he can go down, kill the fucking vibe off, start from the back again or whatever. So he has that kind of, and it is an asset. I know people get annoyed with Grealish, but it's an asset to any team. So like, I think we are being linked to Ward-Prowse. Did you see that?
Who Villa,
yeah. So imagine we got Ward-Prowse with Jack Grealish staying.
You bought a man off Norwich as well. That was a good boy.
Yeah, that was. We actually beat Arsenal for him as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, look, I do. I think England are my dark horse, but I think they'll win it. I know they're not favourites.
For me, England will be number 3. Like Italy are, Spain are, Germany, very young side, really good, but they wouldn't be on the level of France and Portugal, I don't think, at the moment. I think you're looking at like France and then Portugal and England are right there, in my opinion. And I just think Portugal have more experience, have been the champions last time out. They've a bit more, they know how to win it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In more recent times or whatever, some of them players that are in the squad will have won it. So, yeah, anyway, we may as well crack on with these predictions.
3-0 Croatia.
No idea. 3-0 Croatia.
After all that.
That's. Do the stats even mean anything?
No, not particularly, because Indians are friendlies, aren't they?
Yeah.
I
like Croatia, they've some fucking quality players, like.
Yeah. And the other good side, they're laborious, but.
Yeah, they're grinders.
Yeah. I still have to give it to England, though, wouldn't you? Fucking
yeah, I think I'm probably looking at 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, something like that.
Oh, 2-0 in. Kick it off.
Austria, Macedonia. Like, if Austria aren't beating Macedonia, you fucking may as well forget about it now. Like, Austria, I suppose, beat them there. That's the one thing about the Euros, isn't it? Yeah. You don't have to go back too many matches. Like, if it was Ireland and Denmark, like 9 of the last 12 games would be against each other. Like, you'd have to go with fucking Austria, wouldn't you?
Go throw 2-1 in there. Go 2-1 again.
Like, is this the first round of games? Is it Sunday?
No, I think it kicks off tomorrow night.
Yeah, who's?
It's Turkey or something kicking around that, isn't it? Yeah.
This is how well we're prepped for this.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it started last night, did it? Bollocks. It was like Kazakhstan against Andorra. All right.
Like, Friday night, 8:00. Turkey versus Italy.
Why is it Turkey versus Italy? It's normally the home nation, isn't it?
There isn't a home nation. It's not being played all over the fucking place.
That's what I'm saying. So what way did they work out the first fixture then?
I don't know.
But we need fucking answers to these questions. These are the impertinent details that people expect from us.
Look at Tera. If we don't know the answer, we just say COVID.
It was due to COVID regulations.
Yeah, COVID basically.
So why? How did you decide which one was going to be the host nation that kicked off the? Well, COVID really dictated that it was Turkey against Italy, and why? COVID. So anyway,
follow the science.
The Dutch side, I've enjoyed watching them.
Yes,
they're a decent side, but
good place, really good place.
Yeah, I couldn't. Obviously, missing Van Dijk is going to be a big miss for them as well. But I still don't think they'd have been good enough. They've some really good players, but look, I've seen they played Germany a couple of times, a couple of good games there, qualifiers and friendlies and shit like that. But I don't see them.
Ukraine very good too, very good, very healthy.
Playing decent side, decent.
I think it's just went sitting. Keep me on. Sorry about that.
So you can't really read into any of these fucking games because the fucking, what was it, the Nations Bleeding Cup and fucking all this sort of I don't even know what the international games are fucking applied to anymore. It's all these like nations tournaments and all this is just gone mad. It's all mad, like.
I don't know what this is.
I'd say Holland win anyway. No, toy. That could throw up a little fucking curveball, a little Ukraine win or something there.
Nah, like again, it's hard at the start until you kind of get the first.
Get a few games to see where teams are at.
But Ukraine will, they won't be easy to beat.
Like Shevchenko's still up front for them, isn't he?
Maybe it won all.
Shevchenko, he's still banging goals in them.
Couldn't be. He's bleeding older than me.
Yeah, he's only about 52, like.
True.
It's that fucking Eastern Bloc blood. Play forever. Drink lots of vodka and go score a hat-trick in Champions League.
I used to walk to school in the snow on bare feet.
What are you saying? Maybe draw, yeah?
Yeah, maybe stick a 1-1 in there.
3-0 fucking Holland.
Up the Scots. Right, here's my team that I'm supporting.
Right, Scotland's your team. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Come on, the Scots.
They remind me of the Ireland of the fucking like Jack Charlton days.
That's an insult to how good the Scottish team is.
No, but they do. Like, they'll get into the tournament there and they'll give it a good fucking bash. They're not going to win it. They're probably not going to get like out of the group or whatever.
What about Wales? Do you think Wales will do all right?
I don't have the same affinity for Wales for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a Celtic thing. Maybe it's my ginger Viking blood, where they came through Scotland and straight over.
You're not a dragon.
And injected my ma.
You're a pick. You're not an Anglo. You're a pick. You're out as a blade, full blown.
That's an Anglo-Saxon fucker. He is big.
Full blown ambrosia cream rice. Ambrosia cream rice.
We like armadillos. I do. That's how he used to speak. Growing up in Bristol, we like armadillos. You big time.
Bristol supports Newcastle, folks.
Well, he actually supports Bristol Rovers, but they're so shit.
Yeah. You have to do it. You have to do a Premier League team, don't you?
Yeah. And you pick two shit teams. And then I get Aston Villa, so my choice is hereditary. So if anyone says...
You do like pick a name out of a hat, pick a team out of a hat when you were kids, like for picking what club you support. You got the fucking shite one.
No, when I was starting school, first class, I told my mom I wanted a football bag. She came back with an Aston Villa bag.
And that was that?
Haven't forgiven her since.
So you what Red Sox one day and stuck with you for life?
Start calling me Reds, yeah. Just is what it is. But anyway, here to my Celtic cousins.
The kick off with a win against the Czechs.
No, 3-1 to Czech.
Where are these games even being played?
No idea. Again, because Ireland aren't in it. Like I
think the Poland Slovakia game is up in the Oscar, is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Kilmore pitches.
And the guard will be sitting there going, "Oh look, social distance."
Oh, you're not allowed watch. You're not allowed watch.
I'm a gaff. So close your curtains.
Yeah.
COVID. Close your curtains. COVID. Yeah, no, we probably go like 2-1 Czech Republic. I'd love to see Scotland nick a 1-0.
I think 2-1.
Do you think 2-1?
I think 2-1.
Audacious. Haven't used that word in years.
It's brave. No, I'd fancy Scotland, to be honest. Czech Republic, they're always a tough side, but they'd be the team they'd be looking to fucking get at, wouldn't they? You get that 3 points there.
Scots. Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue. So at least they do the Scots. I just can't do anymore. Choke a donkey. Yeah, what the guy say? Thinking of a Scotland win. It's sneaky.
Well, you think Scotland maybe with a snake win?
Well, I'd like to see them win. So if you're going to go over a win, I'm not going to.
Go on. We go Scotland just to be fucking.
Oh, that's Scottish.
Hey, and I think Poland beat Slovakia.
Yeah,
Lewandowski with a hat trick.
Yes, very good.
Is Martin Skrtel still playing for Slovakia? He fucking is.
He's probably locked up at the stage.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah, we want 2 or 3-0.
Go 3-0. Because why not? Spain, Sweden. Or watch fucking Spain playing Sweden in a group stage game. And fucking Sweden won 1-0, I think. And Spain were very, very poor.
Spain are very beatable. No, you need to be
a very average
beat them.
side. Like you think of all the players Spain have had over the years, and you're looking at the team now. It's like Morata.
Did I hear there's not
Cote.
one Real Madrid player?
No, like Isco didn't go. Vasquez didn't go. I think who else? Somebody else was injured. Who's the other player that they have left for a quality player? Asensio. Did he not get in the squad now?
I haven't looked. I think I'm seeing it somewhere.
No, Ramos. Like, yeah, again, very, very fucking average bleeding side. Like good players, but like not of the caliber you were used to. You know what I mean? You used to in Xavi Alonso, Iniesta, Torres, fucking quality players, and now it's just like, yeah, decent side, but yeah. Red looks like he's after drinking shite there.
Yeah, not free. It's one of those bleeding healthy drinks.
Kale shake.
Well, it has guava in it.
Guava.
And blue spirulina.
Spirulina. Use a bit of that in my daily shake, all right? Yeah. Get you going.
They don't really want to do that because I'm going to go to bed after this.
yeah.
So if I had to say that for the morning.
All the caffeine and fucking.
Going to walk a bit. Spain should beat though because it's a tournament, so it's a business head on. So
I'll tell you actually, another little dark horse show, not dark horse show, but like for a decent run, maybe Finland.
Where do you think they'll finish?
Yeah, just for a one to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, because they got Iceland that time. They done.
Yeah. But they were exciting to watch because they were fucking doing well against teams. They didn't expect them. It was like when Ireland would be decent. You get you excited, like, you know, you ain't gonna win, but you fucking have a pipe dream about it, and then you come up against a half decent side and get knocked out. But
knocked out this.
I think that'd be the finish.
Spain. Penalties. So what are you saying for Spain?
I think probably 1-0, 2-0 maybe.
So I'd say 3-1.
Try one.
Balls,
it would be 3-1 if Morata scored any of the 5 sitters and then bangs one in on a half volley fucking with his back to goal or something. Yeah, 3-1. All right. And goal predict.
I'd say about 12 minutes.
Not going to be an early goal. You think it's going to be a slow tournament?
Yeah, I'm going late. I don't think...
It's going to be a slow tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those boring as shit tournaments. Loads of draws, loads of fucking low score lines.
Yeah, I don't see it being that... that's why I'm going to be getting stuck into Scotland and England. I'm just going to watch them 2 games mostly.
75-1.
It's not bad. There's a Super 6 extra there. Do you see that?
I do. I fucking do.
6 questions. Which are reading like
play for free.
How are meteors?
Can you predict the full-time score?
I've already done this one. It's a bit of a crock. What did we have last in 2 in England?
Something like that.
England. 3-1. Throw it at 3-1 in there. Double our odds.
Half-time score 1-1.
Yes, sir.
Who scored the first goal? Won't be Calvin Lewis anyway. Harry Kane.
Sterling.
Will Sterling be playing?
Probably. You know Sterling.
Sterling, you think?
See, it's hard with the England teams. You only know what fucking team's going to put out.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane's a banker. Yeah, throw Kane in. Fuck, he's a banker to start. Like.
Who received the first card?
So.
Perisic, Vlasic, Palisic, Kovacic.
Yeah. We're up there, Prem.
Many corners.
It's tough. Again, can't see there being loads. So you're looking around the 8-9 mark, I'd say.
We'd have gone the other way. I would have thought it'd be one of those games that Croatia will set up with a very very solid fucking core, and it'd be England trying to get around on the outside, getting crosses in and shit. No, all right.
Live you.
We go 9. Because I don't really care.
Yeah. We're not going to win anyway.
Who received man of the match? Oh, Saka as well. Saka's a smashing player as well. He's not going to get a look in.
I don't feel like if England win 2-0, you get run out. You have to go Foden because again, he's definitely going to start, and he will play a blind. I think he's a smashing different player. Got a high for England, wouldn't it? The more.
I think it'll be fairly evenish now.
I think so. We'll be going around the 59 mark for England.
I've seen England trying to keep the ball and they don't dominate possession like. Think so around.
But yeah, I think for this game, I think they're going to show up. Like,
all right. Show up.
For a statement.
Now you're going to have to listen to all these fucking pompous cunts fucking talking about England.
Yeah.
You got Jamie Redknapp's and all.
Yeah. So but again, as I was saying to you, I tend not to watch build-ups, and I tend to, after the match is over, turn her off. Yeah, I think punditry is redundant. Like,
yeah, it doesn't get much of me time now, to be honest.
It's just ridiculous. I'm just going to go over stuff that you kind of know. Oh, he should have made the run. It's like, yeah, no, he should have made the run. But he should have made it. Like, okay, but you can't change.
I was listening to Keane giving out about fucking Henderson taking a penalty. It's a disgrace. Why is he even taking it now? It's like, all right, he took a penalty like in a friendly that they were winning 1-0. Like, it's not that big a deal. Yeah. He won't be taking one in the. Fucking the two players who take penalties were off the pitch. Like, it's like if Harry Kane's on the pitch, he's taking it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just been. I think Rick Haynes is a bit like that. In fairness.
Yeah, I fucking say something outrageous for outrageous sake. Like, see, can we get a headline out of it? You know what I mean? Like, what was he saying? Why are you bringing him to the tournament if he's kind of injured? Like, what is he good crack? Like, is he? Does he do card tricks and all? It's kind of like. England haven't got much experience in that squad. Like, they kind of need, they've an extra couple of players that they can bring. You always have 4 or 5 players that never even tug out, like, in the tournament. You know what I mean? And now you've a couple
to go for the experience because the plan is in the next tournament you're going to be playing. So get used to the surroundings and the
exactly. So you'll always have young lads there that are just there to make up the numbers. Like, so why not have a couple of experienced players in the dressing room that you can call on at half time in the game when you need someone to come in and say the right thing or just to offer a different perspective or something, or just be around the training sessions and all. Kind of get that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he knows that as well. I think it's just being facetious.
Pretentious cunt, like.
Yeah.
And I like Keane. He's one of the better ones. I can't even listen to McCoy Richards or anything, like, even half time or anything. Like, it's just, I don't care what you have to say. Like, literally the most bland, boring cunt ever, who's so biased towards Man City, like, and never.
But they all have their biases now. But that's what's redundant. Is like you kind of know what they're going to say before you know it. Like, so it's like when it's Jamie, like when it's Gary Neville versus Carragher, you know who's up for who. So it's. I know maybe it's because I'm not United and or Liverpool fan. I don't get the buzz off. I just kind of watch the match.
I don't get the banter between them and all. So like, leave that to the football fans. You are meant to be conducting yourselves at a kind of a higher level here. You know
I wouldn't mind that, but just again, it's
but like the banter's like if I want banter, I'll go elsewhere. You know what I mean? Or what's some of the fan channels like for the banter?
I know banter's good as well because you have to do show as well. That at the end of the day is just football. I wouldn't worry about the banter part. I think it's all just very boring. Like,
no, but it gets a bit like it's always taking little snipes at each other over Liverpool or over United, and this. It's like, man, fuck off the boat. He's like,
yeah, they're definitely looking for the next viral video.
But they're both shite at the moment, so who cares? Like,
I seen one there that popped up. Mika Richards picks up Roy Keane on the road to Wembley, and it's just like so staged and all. You're going to sit there going, why even do it? Like it's supposed to be like Mika had flags on the back of the car, And apparently Ray King takes it off and throws it on the ground. But the camera just happens to be placed on the ground where the flag. Do you know what I mean? It's all very not. It's all forced. It's all nonsense. You kind of go, oh, this is, and then we go, oh, brilliant! I must watch. This is great. It's like, oh, it's not. Like, it's just aim higher. Get your standards up, lads. This is just watch watch the game. You know what I mean? Just watch the game. Just fuck all that nonsense. Like, just stop. Because if we stop buying into it, they'll probably just stop doing it. And again, they don't mind the banter.
Last legs with football anyway. Like between the VAR and then the way football's gone with the no crowds and just
well, the crowds are back. That's one good thing.
When it's starting, yeah, but
see, it'd be interesting to see how the VAR does with the crowds there.
Like the referees and all have got away with so much. Like
that's what I mean. It's going to be interesting.
And even the players have got away with fucking so much. Like again, the complaints about them doing the BLM at the start of a match because the only weekend the fans got in, they all booed the shit out, like because they're sick of watching it at this stage. Like it's sick of pandering to a political organization.
Well, it's that, and you know what's so annoying? I seen someone posted a picture, right? And it was if you have a problem with this, and I think it was Rashford kneeling down or something, and not this, and it's a person doing a monkey chant salute, like, then you're the problem with football. And it was like, no, the vast majority don't like both. That's the thing. Or just because you don't like the stupid gesture that like has. Like it has no effect. Like if multi-millionaires that if they wanted to change how things are going on and they could coop the money together and do it, they're not. It's virtue signaling. It's nonsense. It's divisive because you are going to get people that they just play the fucking match all week. It's politics. This is football. This is like
the problem. That's not the biggest problem with football. The biggest problem with football at the moment is the likes of VAR.
No, I understand that.
All that other shit.
No, but
just to do with football.
I understand that. But the point is that like they don't understand that like you can be both. In fact, not only can you be both, most people are both. Most people don't want to have racism in football. We don't. Because we don't do it. We support our black players and Chinese players and fucking Muslim players and all that sort of stuff because we want them to do well.
And Irish players.
Yeah, and Irish players as well. We support all our players. We support football. The vast majority, generally speaking, do. We don't care.
So we don't care. A couple of us there.
Yeah, so we don't care for any of that sort of shit. Get it all out of football. And then just play. Because again, as I keep saying, politics is during the week shit. When you have your weekend and this is your free time to just sit back and forget about and just watch football for a fucking 90 minutes. Why can't it gets like that where thing, like?
It's almost like there's nothing to talk about in football anymore. So you have to bleed these other elements into it for talking points, for fucking to drum up arguments, to try and get interest, to drag other people into it and force this debate and force this argument that doesn't exist.
Well, no, see, there is no argument either because
that's what I'm saying. But like,
you're not allowed to have any other opinion other than this is great.
It should be just football, but
it doesn't work. What they're doing, doesn't work.
Talk about football or. Like rather than harping on, they're probably being told, no, look, you can't talk about VAR, you can't keep mentioning this sort of stuff. Don't talk about the fans not being the these are off topic because these shine a bad light on football. So let's talk about this stuff because we want the woke crowd to come in and we want to feel like, but you know what I mean? So it's like, almost like they're dragging in these. It's a dragnet of just all the shite that goes on out in the world.
They're pandering to people that aren't really football fans. Like all these woke college guys aren't. They're at the stadiums every fucking
all my life.
No, but not even that. Jeremy, so it's like it's just annoying, and people that are against it aren't racist. Majority speaking, it's just like it doesn't work. If it did work, because you're doing it for a whole fucking 4 or 5 months there straight, doing it straight, bang. The first time the crowd go back, what you get opposition because it doesn't work. There's not one racist.
And did Rio Ferdinand get attacked or verbally fucking?
No, but I'm not for any of that shit. I think if people that are verbally attacked, just
that's what I'm saying. So there is fucking idiots out there, and we get it, but like. You already have the laws in place and the rules in place to deal with these cunts.
Like that's but you're not changing any of their minds. Like when you're doing that fucking virtue signaling knee, nobody's going, oh yeah, you oh, hold on a second. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, you guys have just changed my. No, not one person has thought that. It's just play the fucking game and then do your social media tweets and your fucking, all your activism or whatever you want to call it. Do that all online where that is a reality, because like in the real day to day, all the shit you're spouting is not a reality. It's not every person. It's all this online woke nonsense.
Man, like you live the struggle every day. You know what I mean?
It's fucking ridiculous. It's just
you
annoying.
can't walk down the road without being called a paddy Irish fucking potato eater. You know what I mean? It's a struggle.
I'm ginger. I know the struggle is real, but just go fucking like
we've done that topic ad nauseum as well. Like it's still annoying to this day.
It is, but it's just annoying that
the point is
there's no
the thing that's wrong. But to go back to the meme that you brought in the thing that's wrong with football is VAR at the moment.
No, it didn't say what was wrong with football.
No, but the meme says
the meme was saying if
you support this, then you're what's wrong with football.
No, if you're annoyed by this and not by this,
you're what's wrong with football.
Yeah, you should be kicked out of football, sort of thing.
All right, well, I thought it was
what's
wrong with football. No, what's wrong with football?
You're part of the problem.
All the on-field shit, you know what I mean? All the VAR stuff and fucking all that.
Yeah, no, say it was like part of the problem or something.
So come here, any transfer spec?
Well, yeah, we were linked to James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, that'd be a good boy, actually.
I think they have said that it's not happening at no cost. But I think if Prowse wants to,
well, Southampton will sell. It's at
that's what I mean. They'll say that. I think they're saying that just to kind of fucking rack up his price.
Jack the price up. Get that Van Dijk money. Just give Liverpool a shout. They've plenty of fucking information to give you on how to deal with Southampton. Jack the price up. Yeah, Ward-Prowse would sit nicely into that midfield now. He would be a vast improvement on Ross Barkley.
I'm not a fan of Ross Barkley at all.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be as attack-minded, but he sits into that midfield role beautifully. I think he'd be a great addition to Villa, and I think if Villa can keep Grealish and get a player like Ward-Prowse and the few other signings that they'll make, there'll be a stronger outfit next season, without a doubt.
Abraham to Aston Villa, transfer fee confirmed. Chelsea stands.
Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
Tammy Abraham. Would they go with two up front, him and Ollie Watkins? Or would it be 1-1?
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, no, they played both of them. They do great together, I think. So, I genuinely do think they'd. I know that quite. Because Ollie doesn't mind going down the wing and like Shane Long.
Would you turn that to a 3 maybe, and have Abraham through the middle, Ollie Watkins on the left or the right, and Grealish on the left or the right?
No, I'd literally have the two of them up front and then Jack Grealish in the middle, kind of,
and then play with 3 in behind them or whatever.
Yeah.
Leaves you very exposed.
Stick Johnny McGinn in behind them. Nothing's getting past them. Like.
Yeah, but like if wide in the wide areas, you end up getting exposed, don't you? Where you kind of need one to pull left, one to pull right.
Yeah, so just seeing what they're saying. So they're looking for 30 million for him. But Chelsea might be looking to raise funds because they're going for Haaland.
Yeah, saying that 170 million.
Imagine that. Like, we got your man, but we need a fucking. You get Ward-Prowse and we got Tammy Abraham and kept Jack Grealish.
Yeah, no, you should be
because like.
And who's your man? What's your man's name of Norwich? You signed like. Can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah, but Benida, isn't it? I can't say. But
so like that's another good player. You know what I mean?
He just smashed. We beat Arsenal to him as well, which is good. And no, Arsenal just wouldn't pay the Arsenal have so many players going out. I think it's going to all. But like defensively, I think we're fine. I genuinely do. Like I think we're if we can hold on to Tyrone Mings, which if he has a good tournament will be tough. But if we can, I'm quite happy with our fucking our defense. I have to say, like I think we're strong in all position. Like Konza is coming into his own now. Fucking Courtney House. Do you know what I mean? Like Tyrone Mings, Taggart, Cash. We have a good defensive line there, And El Mohammedi is gone, I think, which is good because nothing against
He's hanging off a dear life.
Yeah, like Steve Bruce he's probably gone to Steve Bruce. He's probably gone to Newcastle. I don't know.
Yeah, probably is.
But
5-year deal.
Yeah, I think if we could do that and because there is money there. Feel what and I seen the up with Dean Smith like a week and a half ago, and he was saying that he's very excited. He's seeing the rumblings of what's going on in the transfer with the board and all, and he's very, very happy with. He's really excited about it and all. So, I reckon we're going to try and keep Jack. No, again, Jack Grealish has a good tournament. But the only thing that's going to keep Jack Grealish there is who has the money to pay for it.
That's going to be the problem. If you're talking 170 million for fucking Haaland, what kind of money are you talking about Grealish and Kane and all? You know what I mean?
Not even that. It's like, because I also think the plus side, Grealish would be more than happy to stick out another season with us. Like, I don't think he's in any major rush to to fucking.
But would that be the difference between him being a number one in that England side if he was at a City or something like that?
Oh yeah, if he went to say Man United, then like he's a shoe in. If he plays for United, he's a shoe in for it. You get fucking start every game for England straight away. Like it's a team. The fact that he's with Villa, that's kind of holding him back. Now I know Southgate is trying to say, the teams, whatever team you are, it doesn't matter, but it does. It does because it matters to the media. It matters to like if you have, say, for instance, 2 Man City players, a Chelsea player, a United player, and an Aston Villa player, and you play the Aston Villa player, and you lose, it's because you played the, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just going to hell fucking. But then if you don't, you're damned boy. Oh, you're only doing the fucking.
But the other thing is, if he's playing for Man City, say for argument's sake, this year, he's a league medal and he was in a Champions League final. You know what I mean? And that will always count. Like, you're looking at Foden and you're looking at Mount. Well, Foden won the league this year and Mount won the Champions League. So you're always going to be thought of higher because you're winning things. You're involved in these games. You're playing the Barcelonas, the PSGs, the Bayerns midweek. Villa don't play European football.
No, but we play against the Mason Mount and the Phil Foden.
No, I know, but it's always going to be
less
players.
No, I understand.
You know yourself when you're going to play players.
I said earlier, Grealish is going to come off the bench a lot.
Yeah, because players will always say, "No, I want to get up to the next level. I want to get into the Champions League. I want to be playing in Europe next year." You have players coming from France and all. They'll sign at certain levels in the Premier League. They'll be like, well, I want to be in a Europa League team or at least getting into Europe. I want to be in a Champions League team. I want to win things. As a footballer, you have to wonder, like, you're kind of playing a fine line between your legacy at a club, like, say, Harry Kane and Grealish, or wanting to win things. And the winning things is always going to be more favourably thought of when it comes to the international stage. You know, like, Grealish is clearly the better player out of Mount and Foden, in my opinion.
I know, I think Foden is probably the best player out of them all.
Grealish is just unreal, man.
But Grealish is like, I personally, excuse me, I would play him before Mount. I think he's a better player than Mount. I think, like, stats-wise, if you look at Jack Grealish's stats, as far as midfielders in England goes, I think he's the best.
But it should be more impressive because he's doing that at Aston Villa. Yeah. Imagine he was in that Man City team.
Well, again, we've had this argument with a lad at a job. He's like, going, "Oh yeah, but he looks better because he's around shit players." He's like, "No, he looks better. No, but it's like he looks better because he's playing better teams. Like, he's doing this against Chelsea. He's walking through Chelsea's team. He's walking through Man City's.
No, it's more impressive when you do it. When you're having to be the best player and carry your team. It's more impressive for me than, like, you'll have a lot of just above average players playing in really great teams. Like, you think of John O'Shea or Michael Carrick or whatever playing in those United teams, Nicky Butt. They were average players. Like, Nicky Butt left United and barely had a career at fucking Newcastle. John O'Shea went to fucking Sunderland. He went to you know what I mean? These players will play, they'll do a part in a team that wins lots of things, but they're not necessarily the best players around. It's because the quality, the level of quality in the team around them lifts them up to that level. So when you have a Grealish and everyone else is down here and he's consistently playing up at this level and performing against the best teams when he clearly hasn't got the best players with him in that team, but he's raising everyone up to that level and he's doing things that fucking are so impressive against really good sides.
Yeah,
but imagine you throw him into fucking Man City, for argument's sake, and he's playing with De Bruyne. So he doesn't have to do everything himself. And when he does do the good bits and he passes it into McGinn, and McGinn should give it back to him, but overcooks the pass or something. You think that happens when you slot that to De Bruyne and you make the run and he puts it on a play for you and you saw it? You know what I mean? Like, it's harder to do it at the lesser team. It's more impressive at the lesser team for me. When you're doing it week in, week out with a team that just in around mid-table or high mid-table, it's more impressive than when you're doing it at a Man City. Like, Mahrez will saunter around the pitch, cut inside once and stick one in the top corner, and it's not as impressive as Grealish fucking picking the ball up in the halfway line, the game where they're under the caution, they're 1-0 down against fucking Chelsea and he skips through two players, plays a 1-2 and fucking finds the back of the net. That's more impressive than Mahrez turning up against Brighton and cutting inside three players and hitting them when they're already 4 up. Like, you know what I mean? So imagine what Grealish would do if he was at a City or something.
But I do think I think he'd be happy to stay for another season.
I hope he stays at Villa because I don't want to see him going to, like, obviously City are going to improve this year. Chelsea, if they go and buy fucking Haaland, I can only imagine, like, they're looking to fork out 170 million for Haaland.
Yeah, that's nice. They're looking
madness.
For,
like, if City buy Harry Kane and then buy Grealish, forget about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's game over. It's game over.
Who are you looking to buy anyway?
Nobody. Mbappe.
Yeah.
They'll string us along with Mbappe and then they'll buy 3 or 4 other players in and around and we'll just be happy with it. You know what I mean? We've seen this linked with Rafinha. And I think he'd be a really, really good boy. I think the way, like, obviously he's a smashing player. But I think the way he plays at Leeds, that tempo, that intensity would be perfectly suited for Liverpool's style of game. Like, but obviously,
and he's had a good
obviously it's like
Mbappe
and you get Rafinha. It's like a steak and a fucking.
No, it doesn't matter because sometimes you get a steak and it's overcooked.
I know, yeah, but like,
sometimes you get a cheap. Sometimes you go in and get €2 saver double cheeseburger and it's fucking deadly. You know what I mean? So,
no, I think you're probably looking at the likes of a Rafinha. I don't know whether they'll bring in a midfielder because they're definitely going to bring back Curtis Jones. They're going to bed into that team more. They're going to bring back Harvey Elliott as well.
What about your man?
Kanate.
No, looks like Blaine Torres went to Derby. Went to Bournemouth and then Derby, I think.
Who? Will Hughes?
No. Smash a little player. I think actually I was actually hoping that we got him to start the season last season. I think he went to Derby or something. What's his fucking name? Come to me. But you said he still have him. He's a young fella. I don't know if you sold him or not, or he's just still out on loan.
Harvey Elliott?
No, not Harvey Elliott.
It looks like yeah, sorry, fucking
Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson. Yeah.
We'll sell him.
I take him.
He's smashing, he is.
Yeah,
but he hasn't kicked on this year. He kind of, from Bournemouth, he went to Cardiff this year and he hasn't really done much.
Cardiff, yeah, sorry. I knew it was.
So, but he was at Derby last year. No, the year before last year. Yeah, I can see them selling him. The Grujic, it looks like, is going to Porto. They'll pick up 15 million for him. I'd say Divock and Shaqiri will be gone.
Take Shaqiri as well.
I think Seville are looking at him for like 15 million or something. So, like, a lot of the squad players would be sold. If it was me, I'd ship out Bleeding Keita as well. Yeah. Just fucking injury ravaged. And I don't know, he seems to want to keep the ox around or whatever. I don't think we're going to do much this year, and it's going to be to our detriment.
Yeah, well, if all the other things are I think you just had a freak season. So before any transfer speculation, I just assumed next season he'll be back up there thereabouts, like, you know what I mean?
No,
But when you
I
start
think
thinking
so.
about, when you
But
start
then when you
speculating
see,
on
yeah,
transfers
yeah.
and you have nothing there, you're going to go,
And
well,
you see what like City are linked with, and you see what Chelsea are linked with, and you know United are going to go out and try and buy every player under the sun. And you're kind of looking at it going, well, man, if we can't match these in terms of, fair enough, if they go out and buy, like, they have track record now of buying, you know, a Jota. And you're
yeah.
looking at it on the surface going 40 million for Jota, and then you see him playing, you're like,
I
right.
was actually going to say that. I mean, that's what I was saying about the Rafinha.
Yeah.
It might be one of
So,
those little
yeah, if they
strokes
bought
of genius.
Rafinha and if they brought in a midfielder that you're kind of like, yeah, all right, and comes in the whiz kid or something, you know what I mean?
Do you reckon it's Salah or Mane be gone?
I don't think so.
Is there not a bit of beef between them two or something?
Yeah, it's like it's weird, you know what I mean? But again, you're looking at a summer where who's going to be able to afford to buy either of them? You know what I mean? Like Salah, what would you get Salah for? If you're looking at 170 million for Haaland, like what's Salah worth?
You'd get around what Harry Kane's worth.
Yeah, so who's going to pay 150 million for him? It's stupid money to think of. He's 27 or 28. Like,
yeah, so that's amazing. So he's still fucking.
He's the same. Harry Kane's 27, 28. You know what I mean? They've one big move left. 5, 6, 7 years at you know what I mean? Like, so they're at that age.
Now Real's still on that boy band, are they? Like,
I don't know. Like Real, it's weird. It looks like Ancelotti's coming in. So if Ancelotti comes in, he might keep Bale. He might Hazard. Might want. You know what I mean? Like, so they may not be able to offload the players they were looking to offload to generate funds to go and buy an Mbappe or to go and buy whoever. Haaland, whoever they're looking at, like, so they have no money. Barca are having a fucking fire sale at the moment. It's like, who do you want? How much? Give us a score, like. So Barca aren't coming in paying fucking 150 million for Salah. You know what I mean?
yes,
Mane, I've seen Mane linked to Bayern, I think it was.
He do well there.
But
that's the sort of team that he do well.
We're talking like 70 million. Like, you're not getting Mane for 70 million either. You know what I mean?
Well, this climate.
I know on last summer, but why would Liverpool sell him for 70 million unless they're bringing in?
That's what I mean.
It's
money into the war chest, isn't it? Like,
yeah, if they have intentions to say going the Mbappe route, well then they may.
You're not getting a Mbappe. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, but like if you want to challenge even on paper, like say impressively on paper, you see, say fucking for argument's sake, City get their targets, right? So they're looking at Grealish, Harry Kane. If fucking Chelsea get their targets in Haaland or something, you have to be matching them. You know what I mean? If you're not matching them, forget about it. Like, you're just not. Look what Chelsea brought in over the last couple of years, and they won that Champions League. Werner's going to be better next year. Like, Werner has everything in his game at the moment other than the finishing, and that's just confidence. He starts putting away some of them. Havertz is on a different level. He was at Bayer Leverkusen, and you could see him coming into it. Pulisic on another level. Kante is on another level. Even Ziyech, you didn't even see much of him. He kicks on next season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mount has just reached another level in terms of his performances. Like, that Chelsea team is going to be quality next year. And City, are you telling me City aren't going to fucking come back with a vengeance now to win that Champions League again next year and the league again? So if you're not matching them, you just forget about it, yeah?
Yeah, you kind of have to match them. You have to
do something as impressive and go and buy a player that everyone else like, fuck, those cunts are after getting such and such, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be. And I just don't see Liverpool doing it. So I don't know. I think could be another struggle year next year. We'll do better. We clearly showed at the end of the season we're way better than what we fucking done for the middle half of the season.
Yeah, it was just a freak season thing. I think with the fans and all back, he'll be back to like. I think it's like he's still Breeze top 4. But what about? I meant to say this as well. Remember your stupid fucking Super League nonsense?
Yeah.
Has the FA is that done or? Because remember the FA were talking about points penalty and shit to make sure it never happens again.
because then they'd have to fucking take points off United, and they're never going to do that. Like,
well, they're saying that the whole like.
No, Gary Neville was saying take points off United. But
no, we're saying that the FA, where one of the chair of the FA or whatever released a statement, and it was on Sky Sports, and it was like, we're not letting them get away with this. We're looking at a point deduction, but it's a case of how many points.
You have the other side of it is if they go and take points off them, that'll just force them out the door anyway, and your Premier League brand is dead. I don't think they will. I think it's all smoke and mirrors. Like, or say they did a 3-point deduction for each team. So how far did?
No, that's right. It wouldn't affect. It wouldn't.
You know what I mean? Like,
even if like if you look at the point tallies of say this season, and I know that's not how it works, but just like if say Man City got a fucking 10-point deduction, they'd still finish.
They'd have finished ahead of United.
Yeah, like, but no, you look at the like say the teams that haven't had the 10-point deduction.
Yeah.
Look at the team down. Like, so what you'd be looking at like a fucking Spurs. Say would be the next one. Leicester, was it? Be the next one up. Leicester probably would have won it. So like again, City are second next season, even with a 10-point deduction. So it's
I think it's all they're not gonna do anything. What are they gonna do? Like they want to slap them on the wrist, but it's kind of like they're in a position of power now where it's like, right, you tried to usurp the league and popular opinion went against you and your own fans went against you, and but the idea is floated out there into the ethos now. So if we come cracking down on you, and because like at the end of the day, the argument is the top teams want to earn a bigger percentage because they bring in the most eyeballs and the most money.
Oh yeah,
you don't want, you know. So that's their argument. So that's what they were pushing towards with this Super League. We'll take the bigger cup because we're the bigger teams. So if you start like trying to punish them, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go, well, fuck you. We'll just break away, set up our own promotion and cut you out of it completely.
Yeah, but see, they won't because the fans won't support.
I know, but what I'm saying is the idea has already been floated. So now there was the pushback. The wave came in, overtook the idea, and now it's receding. And as it's receding, people are starting to go, right, well, we can have a rational conversation about it because it's not going to happen. It's only theoretical. But kind of wasn't as against it as it may be, but you know what I mean? Like, and you'll start to see people break it down and how it work, and you'll see all these different analysts with their opinions on what the Super League could look like, and the idea just floats and grows, and then it gets resurfaced in a year or two. But if you come in and start hammering these clubs go, well, you know what? Then fuck you, we're out.
They won't though. That's what I'm saying. They won't though.
So they won't. So what I'm saying is the Premier League
the fans
the power now where we were right, you were wrong, but
they will retaliate.
We'll give you a little slap on the wrist now. Don't do it again now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even a 3-point deduction is a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just maybe a 3-point deduction. Like if you take a 3-point deduction from last year, I think the only thing that would change in the top 4 would be Leicester would finish 3rd and Liverpool would finish 4th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Chelsea will be out, but then Chelsea won the league, so they'd be back in the Champions League. You know what I mean?
And Chelsea would have lost 3 points as well. So
that's what I'm saying. Like if Chelsea lost 3 points, Liverpool lost 3 points, United, City wouldn't matter. Liverpool lost 3 points, Leicester be ahead of them, but Liverpool finished ahead of Chelsea by 2 points or a point or something. So Chelsea be out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Chelsea won the Champions League, so they'd be back in. So it wouldn't have any great effect. And you think over the course of the season, like say Chelsea are better next season, Liverpool are better next season. Well, they'd finish 10 points ahead of 5th anyway, so the 3 points won't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that would be the slap on the wrist I'm talking about. It'd be like, now there's a point deduction. You're all getting 3 points. And it's like, that's probably irrelevant.
No, but yeah, it's just a gesture. But I think they will still do something.
But they're not going to do 10 points.
No, I would say 10 now.
You know what I mean? 10. So, like, what are they going to do? 6 points? They'll appeal. It'll go down to 3 then. Or, you know what I mean? Like, is there grounds for a points deduction?
Well, yeah, because it's kind of went behind the back of the... There was a lot of rules that were broken as well. Like, so...
I don't know. I just don't like
they broke the FA's rules.
If it was one team or 2 teams, maybe 2 teams, but the fact that it was 6 teams and it's the 6 kind of top teams, barring Spurs. I don't know what Spurs were doing in there, but you know, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Spurs, like Like if you come down hard on them and they do decide to fuck off and left the league, like is anybody really watching that anymore?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Yeah, well, other than the 3 Villa fans in Ireland, and I think there's a Brighton fan in fucking Kerry or something.
We know what's happening, man.
But you know what I mean? Like it becomes kind of redundant. The league is really, really competitive.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone will watch.
Oh no, the Super League would be terrible.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will watch that either, though. So I think.
Yeah, but they will.
So
the
big
franchise, they'll brand it as this CEO fucking marketable. Get your box office fucking seat and come and watch Liverpool play Barcelona and fucking Real Madrid play Man City every week. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but again, that's like. I think that's why you have the Champions League.
It'll be to the detriment of football, but
that's why you have the Champions League. If they're doing it every week, it takes away the romance of it. It takes away. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like
I agree.
That's the whole beauty of having that's why you have the Champions League. Is because of that. So
like, but even the Champions League in the current format is it's difficult to watch. You only watch it if your team's in it, and at that, like you're watching. The level of team is it's up from Europa League. Like the Europa League, like Arsenal are playing fucking a team from Azerbaijan and a team like Dundalk happened to get into it, so I watched them get like putting out their under 15s or something in most of the matches. Like now you have this fucking Nations Cup or whatever the fuck that Spurs got into. It's like until you get to the knockout stages, it's barely worth watching. Like
our football's gonna be shit anyway. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's lost its allure, and the VAR, a mixture of mostly the VAR and then the fans not even being there took the passion out of it. You know what I mean? But the VAR has destroyed it. Like scored a goal and then you wait for the fucking forensic analysis bleed test to come back 3 weeks later. And it was half a millimeter offside or something.
In the build-up play,
3 phases of play back, someone was blocking their face, but in an unnatural position or something. Someone's interpretation of what's fucking natural and unnatural, like. So, yeah, that initial like, you get the fans back, and then you still have that lull in the game every time a goal scored. You're wondering, is there any reason they could fucking pull that out? Like, is there any reason they might stop that? It looked fairly innocuous. There was nowhere near an offside in the build-up. Didn't touch anyone's hand. Like, don't think anyone was fouled. Could be a good goal, but let's wait and see. Like, just takes all the love out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gone very robotic. The whole fucking setup and system and no, it is. It's getting hard to like. Again, I'm at the stage now where, unless it's a Villa match, if it's a Saturday, I'm watching Super 6 or the Soccer Special. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather watch a game. I'll watch this. Because I'll have
if I'm at home, and it's very rare on a Saturday, I'm at home doing nothing. If I'm at home, I'll turn the telly on and see what's the best of the games that's on there, or I'll watch a Liverpool match. You know what I mean? Other than that, Champions League games and all, I was like the Chelsea City match I half watched. It wasn't a great game at all. Like, you know, the United Villarreal game, I watched the last 20 minutes of it, and then ended up like, right, well, I have to stay up and watch penalties now. You know what I mean? And fucking it was 12:30 or something by the time they finished. Like,
yeah, fuck that. There's always like,
I didn't even care. Like, I no dog in the race, and I was that tired I couldn't even laugh at. You know, like.
Welcome to the world of a Villa fan. You watch all these Champions League matches, and like, I don't actually really care who wins any of this.
Like, this is how bad it is. Ireland played the other night, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was actually. It's funny enough, right? Because we seen it last night. I was like, "Oh fuck, where did I play?" Know that, and then forgot all about it. And I came in today, whacked the telly on, and the highlights was on. I was like, "Oh yeah, where did I play yesterday?" I wonder what score it was. And then went in and checked the score, and it was 0-0. And I was like, okay.
Who are they playing? Hungary or Bulgaria or something?
Hungary, yeah.
Like, that's how bad it's gotten, even with, like.
Remember back in the day, like, you used to know when every Ireland match was starting at every time.
I couldn't tell you one Irish player at the moment.
No, it's hard because I used to stop watching Ireland. Like, I don't think I watched a full Ireland match in a good 6 or 7 years. Like, it's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Like,
no, I've watched one since then. Like, I've watched the odd one in a couple of the qualifiers this year, but
I tried it. Like, I've put them on.
Yeah,
I've never lasted the full game. Like,
I've always bounced between like, Portugal and Holland are playing in the other. Like, I'll watch that for a few minutes. Like,
it's like on the background, and then like after 5 minutes, play a game on my phone or something like that because it's just fucking.
Well, you are easily distracted anyway. Squirrel.
I am.
Right, we wrap this up anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure as always. That's probably the end of the football for this season, is it?
Isn't that another Super 6?
Will they do this Euro Super 6 all the way through, yeah?
I can imagine so, yeah. I don't see why not.
I'm not up on all things Super 6-y.
Yeah, no, I'm not up on all things.
But it's been a welcome break from the football. I was just happy that, yeah, all right, take a break from it now.
Yeah, see, I don't even bet on the internationals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't even turned on me bleeding betting app or anything like that. Just don't care. Like, I'll watch some of the Euros, but again, no fucking dog in the race. So it'll be.
Yeah, got that
not doing it now. And that England match against France is on. Cool. I'll watch that. Like,
got that bad. They put a tenner on Logan Paul. That's hard. Because I knew Mayweather wasn't going to
that was.
I didn't watch it. I just could have put it on. I was like,
no, I didn't. I watched the like a highlights or something of it.
Yeah, it's not holding on now. But I just woke up next morning to check me. Didn't even check the result. I just checked me betting that to see if the.
But there was no result.
No, they got me money back. Like, got me Tera back.
What? Because it was a draw.
Yeah, there was no decision. So.
Like that, but that's what them exhibitions are. It was the same with Tyson. Like.
Oh yeah, so it has to be.
So it's either knock them out or it's a draw. Like, you know what I mean?
And this is ending. If that big clumsy bastard just swings one,
big,
long one, and Mayweather's just for that split second looking.
It's the end of the Mayweather, the money train, isn't it?
Yeah, for the fair play to him.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. I'd say.
What do you think of Jake Paul against Tyron Woodley?
Again, you always have to go. Your head goes straight to the Tyron Woodley.
Even though he's not a boxer, though, you know what I mean?
No, you understand that, and he hasn't fucking won a fight in about 15 years.
Yeah, so. But like, no.
You still think that, but with the power that he has,
like you think of the people he was beat by. He's beat by Usman while he was champion, and Usman just jock sniffed him for 5 rounds, manhandled him, but jock sniffed him for 5 rounds. Then he fought. It was before Coventry. He fought someone else, and the same thing happened to him. And then he fought Covington, and the same thing happened to him. Like, he fought 3 fucking grapplers in a row. Like, and then his last fight now was a good scrap, but he just ended up on the wrong end of the two of them swinging haymakers, and he fucking got hit. Was it Vicente Luque? I think it was. So the two of them were just swinging haymakers at each other, and he had him wobbled, and then as he ran in for the kill, he got caught with one of them. You know what I mean? It was a good scrap, like. But Woodley can throw. And he can take a punch, like.
That's what I mean, like. So the fact that, like, Ben Askren could,
but he's not a boxer. Yeah, Ben Askren, like, anyone who watched Damian Maia against Ben Askren knows neither of those fuckers can throw punches, like.
Yeah, no, but that's it. So Ben Askren was definitely, but Tyron Woodley would definitely be better stand up.
Yeah.
Than Ben Askren.
He could, like,
he's a big bastard as well, like.
He's a tank, like.
Yeah, he's
and he tried that overhand right, like. I remember. It was a night, I think McGregor beat Aldo, and Robbie Lawler was fighting Tyron Woodley when Woodley won his belt. Man, that overhand right he hit him with. Like, and I was seeing Robbie Lawler and fucking him and that Rory McDonald fight where, like, his lip is split and all, like, blood everywhere. Like, that cunt can take a punch, like, and he got hit with that overhand right and went to sleep, he did. Like, Woodley, he has power in that punch as well. Like, he knocked out Darren Till, you know what I mean? Like,
no, that's what I mean. So Woodley's definitely better than Askren. But again, you go against these, like, you man Jake Paul.
Yeah, but you're fighting a boxer, it's a different technique, that overhand right. And it was like, that's what Askren got hit with by Logan Paul. It was just he set him up with the jab and the overhand, like. like I don't know, like you'd have to give it to Jake Paul if he fucking beat Woodley. Like that's legit, you know what I mean? Not legit boxing credentials, but it's legit fight. Or you know what I mean? Like you'd have to give him his due respect for that. If he doesn't,
I think this is a bridge too far from though.
it might be. He would have been better off going with fucking what's your man's name? What?
KSI.
Not KSI. Your man. Who's your man fucking that does be with McGregor? Dylan Dennis. Again, a fighter, jiu-jitsu, but not a stand-up, not great at stand-up, but another kind of legit fighter. Like he would have bet Dylan Dennis as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Think so.
Built this way. Yeah, Dylan Dennis is striking.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dylan Dennis fight?
Yeah, no, but when you're giving these lads,
like Dylan Dennis, he would take you down and he would choke you to death.
No, it means when you're giving these lads 2 or 3 months of training, because they're athletes, they
but
adapt.
you have a guy who like.
Because I mean, Jake Paul
has been just training fucking boxing for last.
But no offense to the guy, he's very amateur.
Oh yeah,
do you know what I mean? When you see his form and his stats, and So again, like, so you're not going up, like you're not doing that and then going against Canelo.
Yeah, but you have a guy in say Dylan Dennis who has spent 16, 18 years of his life doing jiu-jitsu and then transitioned into MMA. Yeah, come here, show me. Our first tooth fell out.
How do you know?
I have 6 cents for these things. Let me see. Oh, big gap in the tooth.
You gonna get loads of money out the tooth fairy?
Yeah. How'd it come out?
When I was brushing my teeth.
You're brushing your teeth, because look. Oh my God. Yeah. Show red. You got a hole in your tooth.
Oh yeah, definitely tooth fairy now.
What's the going right?
Oh, you're talking hundreds.
Mad money, is it?
When are you gonna be done?
Ask Red when we gonna be done.
I think we can finish now.
Tell Red who's gonna win.
No.
You know. Football. You want to talk about football?
Yeah.
What do you have to add to the conversation? Mo Salah?
We hate Liverpool.
Ah, we love Liverpool, don't we? You have a jersey and all, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mo Salah on the back. Now, we say bye-bye to Red.
Bye-bye.
Say peace out. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Poopy head. Go on and knock that out.